Alright. Is that on yet? Is that really?
Yeah.
Alright, we're all set. Alright, we're making calzone dough and calzone. So, this is what we do. We're going to package of yeast. Put it in the bowl. And you make sure that you have 1/4 cup of warm water. It has to be warm. When it's cold, then the effects won't take place. Now, as you settle this in, you have to take 1 teaspoon of sugar. Ooh, that's nice. You make sure it's nice and level. There you go. And you add it in. Take your little whisk here. Stir it all up till it's nice like that. And you're going to be able to set this on the side for about, say, 5 to 10 minutes until it starts to rise a little bit. You'll see some bubbles forming in it. Okay, alright. Now, okay. Now after this is rised and had little bubbles, you'll take it, you pour it into a bigger bowl, and you'll add the rest of the ingredients and stir it all up. This is what we're doing now. Okay. Do the milk. First thing you do, as it says, is 3 teaspoons of milk. That's 1, 2, and 3. The next thing is the olive oil. It says in the ingredients to add 2 tablespoons and then more later on if you need it. So we'll put in the 2 tablespoons now. And then Luke will finish up with the salt. Now be sure that you have a teaspoon here, 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh, get a little more of that. Mix it all in there. Okay. Now, before you add the flour, you should stir this up just to make sure that all the ingredients will even out with the flour. Nice little mix in there. Now, it says in the ingredients that you need a cup of warm water. Well, you only used 1/4 when you did the yeast. So now you have to add the rest of the cup, which is 3/4, as I learned in math. And finish off with the flour. One cup. Two cups. And we'll make sure this is nice and dry. Two and a half. And 2 3/4 cup flour. There you go. Just don't twist in there. Now you're going to stir this up until it forms a nice solid dough mass. Make sure you get scraping up around the sides, get all the flour in there. Now when the dough forms like this, at this time, you'll need to take a little bit of flour, sprinkle it out on your table. Put the dough out on it. With the dough, you have to knead this for about 5 minutes until you get the nice soft texture. This is the kneading method called roll and fold. Okay. Now once you've done this for 5 minutes, which I won't do, you will end up with the fish fry like this. With the dough, you will cover it and you put it in the refrigerator to rise for about 2 to 3 hours. I'm pretty sure. Now when you have this dough all set, after the 2 to 3 hours of rising, you take it out and we need a rolling pin.
And then you roll the dough out. Make it nice and flat so you can add the inner ingredients of your calzone. Now as you're rolling this out, make sure you get it nice and thin. So you don't have a lot of excess dough left over. What? Thinner than this?
Now for the fun part, all you youngsters. Okay, you take your... Today we're using ham and cheese for our calzone filling. You can use basically whatever you like to fill the calzone. But today we chose ham and cheese. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you do layers in strips. So you take a few pieces and make sure the strips aren't too wide because you want to be able to fold it over. And you take a bit of each, as so. And form your strips. Now when you're folding it over, make sure that you have enough dough over here to cover it up and then the inside. And then when you have it like this, start your next layer. repeat this process until you come to the end of your dough. Or the end of your supplies. Roll this over again. Hey guys, some assistance. Yeah, I think it will be fine. And we'll finish up with the last layer here. This is looking nice. And use the last bit of meat here. And we will stretch our dough. Ooh. Alright.
Now when you are closing the end of your dough, make sure that you overlap them so when the dough is cooked, it will not squeeze out of there when it is cooked. So after you overlap it, make sure you pinch it shut. And on the ends too, fold them under and pinch them. Nice fatty. Yeah, now
Then
we'll
you
get
end
a
up
pan.
with a nice fatty.
Throw it onto the pan. Take it over
To your preheated oven.
to the preheated oven. Put it in and let it bake for approximately 20 minutes.
Your oven should be set to 375. Bake.
Mike, and we're making devilish beef stew. We start off with 3/4 of a pound of cubed meat, perfectly steak. This has been dredged in flour, which means putting the meat in a bag and shaking it up with flour, getting it covered with flour, and then browned to this color in hot oil. Then we take off the heat and put it on to low heat, at which point we add the liquid ingredients, which is cooking oil, water, that's about it. Worcestershire sauce. We just add that into there. Then we add dry ingredients, dry mustard, salt, garlic, chili powder. I think that's about it. Add that in there. Then we're gonna let that, I'm gonna stir that up. Stir that up. Now we're gonna stir this up. We already have it on low. So it's all nice and mixed. And for about 1.5 hours, we're just gonna let that simmer. Let the meat finish cooking. Then we're gonna add about 3/4 cups of water. Then add all our vegetables. We already got them chopped up. We got carrots, celery,
2 medium diced
onions.
potatoes, 3 small onions, 2 carrots, and 1 stalk of celery. This is all after the simmer. After the simmers, it's gonna be covered and simmer for about 1.5 hours until the meat's tender. At which point, this is gonna go in and
Simmer it for a half hour
for a half
longer.
hour with the water. It's 3/4 cup of water you have to put in there. And after that, you take all the meat out and all the vegetables out.
Skim off the fat,
Skim the fat off the top and add
the excess flour from.
the excess flour from the dredging and a quarter cup of cold water, and that's how you get your gravy. And mix it all together, and you have your devilish beef stew.
Sure.
You take the 4 chicken breasts and you put them in the flour, salt, and pepper, like this. You have it prepared. And you have butter and oil cooking on medium heat. And you gotta cook these for 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You gotta dredge these in the flour and I gotta wait till these are done. And while I'm cooking these, Warren will be preparing his mushroom sherry sauce.
Alright, first you put 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine in a pan and melt it.
There you go.
Then when the butter's all melted, I will add the mushrooms.
Green onion.
And the green onions.
Would you like a spoon for that one?
Sure. And a garlic clove. And I have to saute these. Then I add the 1/4 of a cup of sherry and bring that to a boil.
Chicken's about ready to flip. That's excellent.
Now that it's at a boil, I turn the heat down to half, and I add the heavy cream, which will thicken things up and make us have a nice sauce to put on the top of the chicken.
Alright, the chicken's about done now, so while his sauce is cooking, I'm going to take this out and put it in the oven to keep it warm. And add the 4th chicken breast.
Now, take the sauce off the heat. Take a chicken patty. Take a scoop of this wonderful sauce that we cooked up. And voila, we have our chicken breast with cherry cream mushrooms.
Stroganoff meatballs. And here I got the ground turkey and the Italian sausage. I'm gonna add my 1/3 of a cup onions and my 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. Two drops of hot pepper. My egg, slightly beaten. And
Yep.
tablespoon of oil. And then you gotta mix it all together with your hands. You're mixing it, you gotta get it all together. And you make them. You make them like. Alright. Then, before we make the sauce, I wash my hands. Then make the sauce. gotta add my third cup of water. And my tablespoon of flour. Tablespoon of ketchup. Teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Add my dry oregano leaves. Some more hot pepper. I need a big bouillon. Then gotta add the sour cream. Then you gotta stir till it gets lumpy. As you're stirring, your meatballs should be cooking for 7-8 minutes. And when your sauce is done, you put it all over the cooked meatballs and you're finished. And you put it in a pan. That's it.